fall is here and I have 5 really easy DIYs for you to make sure that your home is smelling like pumpkin spice and everything nice, and it is super cozy going into September and October. If you're new to my channel, my name is Angela and I like to do videos on all things about motherhood, family, and lifestyle. And what's your name?
Ava.
And this is Ava, and I would love it if you would click that subscribe button down below. DIY number 1 is to dress up that front porch by making a wreath. So in one of my last videos, I talked about making your own wreath, and it is so simple. I have had this same wreath form for a few years now, and all I do is replace what's on the wreath. You can also buy new wreath forms from the dollar store. They have super cool metal ones now. They have square ones. You can go to Michael's, anywhere you please. But I've had this one for a couple years, and every year I just like to refresh it. Then along with that, you can also get some new stems, new pumpkins, a new bow, whatever colors that you want to get into, and then just play. I am not a professional. I have no experience making wreaths. I just kind of make it because it's fun and I like doing it on my own. And what I do is I just play with different placements of the wreath stems or the pumpkins or tying the bow differently. Sometimes I just let it hang. Sometimes I just don't even have a bow. So this year I was super happy. I wanted to kind of embrace the color of this fall mum that I got, which was nice and orange. So I brought in more of the oranges, whereas last year there were more of the muted tones, the more of the greens and the whites with the pumpkins. But this year I'm embracing that orange, and I'm so happy with how this little wreath turned out. Really, you can't do anything wrong. So you head to that dollar store, you head to Michael's, pick up what you like and play. I am so happy with this. I think this is beautiful. So let's go hang it on the front door. The second DIY is a little bit for decor, but also getting your house smelling like fall. So all I did was get a glass vase. I'm sure if you're like me, you have glass vases hidden around the house, hiding from your husbands. I have so many glass vases. I just picked one that was nice and plain and round. And then my little one and I went outside and we collected pine cones. I didn't want to go and buy the pine cones when they're right outside of my door right now. So we went outside and we collected some pine cones. I gave them a really good wash, let them dry overnight, and then I just placed them in this vase. And then how to get them to smell nice is that I just sprinkled some essential oils on top of the pine cones. So I had some cinnamon bark essential oil. I also had some clove and nutmeg. So I sprinkled that all over the pine cones, and then obviously you do not have to do this step, but I tied just a nice bow. It was some leftover ribbon that I had from that wreath with some string around it. I thought it was super cute, but yet every time you walk past those pine cones, you get a waft of those typical fall scents. Super simple. It's an adorable little DIY decor. I love it. You guys should give this a try. Staying on the same line of making your house smelling nice, have you ever tried a Simmering potpourri? So sometimes I don't like the really sickly sweet scents that you can get from all of the candles that are out right now, like the cupcake, pumpkin, apple pie, something or other. Sometimes they're just a little bit too strong. But a Simmering potpourri is so simple, and you use items from around your house. It cannot get any better, and it smells so fresh. So around the year, I change up these scents, but for fall, I do the same thing every year, and it just smells so wonderful. You need an orange, some vanilla extract, and cinnamon sticks. How easy is that? So what I do is that I just cut up an orange into segments or into rounds. For this, you use 2 rounds per recipe. Then I pop in 2 cinnamon sticks and a teaspoon of vanilla into a pot of boiling water, and I let that bubble. Then I turn it down and I let it simmer. But this is an important part. Please put a timer on your stove for about 10 to 15 minutes because you don't want it to burn. Obviously the water will evaporate. I've done that before, so take it from me. Honestly, your house will smell like you've been baking all day. The citrus of it as well makes your house smell really fresh and clean. It is super simple, so give that a try, that Simmering potpourri. This next DIY is to help you with meal planning. So I don't know about you, but every time the seasons change, my taste buds change. But sometimes I sit here and I rack my brain for different meal ideas or different recipes, and I kind of just do the same thing. So carve out an afternoon for yourself, even an hour for yourself. Pull out your old cookbooks. Yes, the cookbooks that you've been meaning to go through, and get out these little post-it page reminders. I go through all of my cookbooks that pertain more to like comfort foods, Sunday dinners, crock pot meals. I go through and I highlight all the recipes that I want to cook throughout this season. And I also hop on Pinterest. I make a Pinterest board dedicated just to fall recipes or cozy comfort food recipes, and I put in all of the recipes that I want to make for fall. So that way, every Sunday when I go to meal plan, I'm not sitting here going, oh, I guess we'll make the same thing that we had last week again. I have all my cookbooks ready to go, and I know exactly what I'm gonna cook. All right, so this last DIY is so much fun, and your little ones can get involved too with a couple of the steps here, but I am embracing all things pumpkin. I am not a huge Halloween fan, neither is Mirek, but my little one likes Halloween. So I'm starting to get a few little pumpkin touches throughout the house that's still kind of fit with my style and vibe that I'm trying to put out for the fall season. So this is so simple, this craft. It is so much fun, and actually it turned out really cute. I was kind of impressed with myself. So for this mom hack, we are gonna be dressing up these plastic pumpkins. You know what? They're so cute for the little ones to carry around to get their trick-or-treat candy, but I have a better idea. I was totally inspired by scrolling through Pinterest, so stay tuned because we are gonna be dressing up these pumpkins, and they are gonna look so stylish and adorable sitting on your front step. So what you need is 3 or 4, I only picked 3 of these plastic pumpkins. I got these from Walmart and they were $1.48. You need some spray chalk paint. Again, this is at Walmart. This is the Rust-Oleum brand chalked ultra matte paint in chiffon cream. This was $9. Then you need a bronze paint. I found this in the sales section at Walmart in their craft department. It's called Treasure Gold. Water-based, non-toxic, multi-surface formula. So this is in like a bronze color, and you'll see what we need that for. Then you also need a glue gun. So I have a glue gun, but it's seen better days. So I invested in a new one. This is the Gorilla one, which is multi-surface again, which will be good because we got to glue these pumpkins together. And then you need some paint brushes because we're going to use that bronze paint to paint the eyes of these pumpkins. Now these next 3 things, totally unnecessary, but I kind of just wanted to glam it up a little bit. I got this really cute little rope craft ribbon, and I also got some of those tiny little fairy lights. I thought it would be cute. And then to stick out the top of the pumpkin, I went to the dollar store and I found these little plants. So I'm gonna put a couple of these inside the pumpkin. So step 1 for this little DIY is that you're gonna remove the handles from the trick-or-treat baskets. All I did was kind of take a pair of scissors and I clipped off the insides. The handles popped out, super easy. Step number 2 is you're gonna get some spray chalk paint or spray paint, Rust-Oleum, whatever you can find. Walmart, they had them, I think they're on sale for like $8, $9, but you wanna get it in a nice cream color. So not a white, not an orange, you wanna get that nice cream color, and you gotta spray down those pumpkins. Now this took a little bit of effort because obviously the pumpkins are plastic, so the paint didn't stick too well. It took me a good 3 coats to get it to stick, but it finally stuck. After the pumpkins dried, then I'm gonna take this bronzed paint and I'm going to color in the eyes and the nose and the smile of the pumpkin. So see, we're still using the pumpkins, but we're going for a little bit more of classy colors with the creams and the bronze. I think it'll be super cute. After everything is dry, you are then going to stack your pumpkins on top of each other. Using a hot glue gun, you're going to run the glue around the lid of the pumpkin and then stack them on top of each other. Now this next step is definitely not necessary, but what I did is I took some little rope string and then I also ran the rope string over top of the hot glue just to hide that hot glue line. You definitely do not need to do that. That was just a little bit of an extra step. After you have stacked your 3 pumpkins, then what are you gonna put on the top of the pumpkin? It kind of looks like the pumpkin's hair. I just found these 2 little flower pots from the dollar store. They cost me $4, so I didn't mind. You can also get some fall colors, some oranges. I just thought the green was nice and fresh and would look good during the day and at night. So this little DIY turned out so cute. And then one extra little step, definitely not required, is I got some fairy lights. So I picked these up from the dollar store and I just ran the lights around the pumpkins and then up top into the greenery of the pumpkin. And at nighttime, it's gonna turn on and it's gonna look so cute on my front step. So there we can get away from kind of like the spooky pumpkins or the scary pumpkins. And I think this looks pretty cute on my front step. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed these 5 DIY hacks to get your house looking and smelling like fall. Please let me know down in the comments below if you've tried any of these hacks, and also tag me on Instagram. Bye-bye. And also tag me on Instagram. I sure would love to see how it turned out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.